pretty eye. Goddamn. Goddamn. Sooner or later, I'm gonna have a goddamn pretty eye mixtape though.
Damn, chick, you doing another song for pretty eye?
I can't deny her though. They my bestie. She's my bestie. That's my bestie. Your para eyes had me paralyzed. Toxic nigga, but you made me to a better guy. Smoke, but with you on forever, ever. I can watch you all day, girl, like you satisfied. Think like this nigga, they ain't never lied. Pick a side. Look in your eyes, girl, you were hypnotized. Of course, it was your breasts, hips, and them damn thighs. Close my eyes, I'm still mesmerized. Get mad at my bestie, I tried. That's my bestie, my pretty.
I heard she's the one, she's got it going on. That's my pretty eyes, baby. She don't take no mess. My bestie is the best. That's my pretty eyes, baby. Yeah, yeah. I heard she's the one, that's my pretty eyes, baby.
Hey, what is up? So today, YNWBORTLEN is back in court, the eve of trial, jury selection. He has a plea deal that he may accept. According to YNW Juvie's dad, he has accepted the deal. Does that include him testifying? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah. So I mean, this is breaking point for YNWMELLY's case. I don't know why they haven't offered him a deal. Like, at least give him life. You know what I mean? Something. I don't know. Rather than going through all this heartache and pain and going through another trial, like, I would have offered him a deal, but whatever. They're gung-ho about getting that DP. So, yeah. But, we shall see if Bortlen does take the deal or not. You know, because, shoot. That's a iffy thing. Like, I don't know. Taking the deal may say he's guilty, but not saying Melly's guilty. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we shall see. We shall see. Florida loves to freaking send people to death row. That's wild. But yet they spare somebody that went into a school and killed 27 kids, or killed 27 kids, and can't remember how many more, like five more that was attempted, and they freaking spared his life. Now that's crazy. That's what I think it should be for. Stuff like that. But all in all, you know, sitting in a box like for the rest of your life. I was talking to my little bro Jordan about it. And what the judge said to one of XXXTentacion's shooters, the actual shooter, he said, these two will do life, and you will go on into a small box and live there until you leave in another small box. You will never be out in the free world ever again. Like that, what he said, I'm going to have to play that one day. Because what he said, that's like a dagger to the heart, you know? I mean, to know that, that's all you'll see is a cage, and then you'll be let out in a box. The only time you'll be out of that cage is when you're going in a cardboard box. So, pretty freaking wild. But yeah, so the hearing is a little bit delayed because it is, yeah. Court's never on time. So if you could like, share, subscribe, comment, all that great stuff, hype me up. I guess that's an option nowadays. Yeah. But I'm waiting, anticipating. As soon as there's action in the courtroom, we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. That was 30 minutes. All right. Let me do that. Okay. Anyways. So yeah, nobody's in here because nobody likes me. Shoot. Let's see here. Do 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 do. So, if you don't know who YNWBORTLEN is, his real name is Cortlen Henry. He was the driver in the SUV when the story is there was a drive-by shooting. Police say there was no drive-by shooting. It was all staged, and because they left a name out, they automatically thought, this is fishy. So the state believes that YNWMELLY, which real name is Jamel Devins, shot his two best friends and then staged it to look like a drive-by. And now he's facing the death penalty while his co-defendant today is offered a plea deal, and we're going to find out whether he accepts the deal or not. Other than that, it's just a last pre-trial status hearing to get geared up for jury selection tomorrow, and then once jury is selected, he'll be going to trial. He is facing 5 consecutive consecutive, not meaning that they're going to be consecutive, but 5 life sentences for the witness tampering charges, as well as the 2 murders. So, and if he takes the deal, he will be getting, I think it's like no contest on, I don't know, like 3 of the charges, and then I can't remember, but anyways, it ends up to being a 16.5-year sentence. So yeah, I mean, that's a lot for somebody that's 26 years old. Um, and I just I don't know. I don't get it. I don't like that prosecutors can wreck on charges all they want, you know. And a lot of times they do. They overcharge you just so they can get a deal in the end. So we'll see. We'll see. See what happens. I don't know. I don't know if he'll have to testify. What's gonna go on? Um, so we're just waiting for court to get started. They should be started at 2:15. Yeah, 2:15. So come on, baby. Let's get this show on the road. The show on the road. I have it all queued up and ready, so we can, once they get started, I will put a big screen. Also, I'm new to Twitch, so please, please follow me. It'd be greatly appreciated. I know I'm nobody, but hey, we all were nobody at one point in time, unless you were born into a family of wealth. But anywho, also, there's a lot going on in Chicago. The National Guard is there. ICE is there. They're ready to crack that down. So yeah, should be fun stuff. Should be fun stuff. Let's go. What time is it? It is minute 2. A minute 2. Let me put this on here. Let me get this on. Okay. So we're live. We're just waiting for them to come in the courthouse, courtroom, whatever, and let us know what's going on. What has he decided? Take the chance with the jury or only get 16 years with the plea deal? That's a tough decision. Tough decision. And he's already been in for 2 on the witness tampering charges, so that he'll get credit for time served for the 2 years. So it'll actually be like 14 and a half years, and they have to do like 85%. So he'll probably do like 12 years total. So do. I don't know why people come in and then they leave. That's not nice. But yeah, don't leave me talking to myself. Please, somebody hit my life. Somebody. Anybody? Hello? Hello? Is this thing on? Okay, Court, you're a minute late there. You can never start on time. Never. Never, ever, ever. Never, ever, ever. Shout out to the 2 people that are in here. Hit the like, share the live, and then they leave. Hit the like, share the live, then they leave. So, anywho, we're just waiting on YNWBORTLEN, see if he takes the deal or not. See if he takes the deal. Will he or won't he? Is the mofo question. Is the mofo question. And this is fair use. Fair use. Fair use. Fair use, YouTube. Wow, don't do that. Don't do that, sir. There's probably other hearings going on. That's probably why it's taking a bazillion years to get this going. A bazillion years. Come on. Come on, court. Let's go, court. We're just waiting on the court to come in. I thought I heard something. I'm tripping. I didn't hear nada. Nada. Okay, that's on. Do 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 do. 12:18. 12:18 on the clock. That's here. It's 2:18 Eastern. Eastern Standard Time, eh? Mm-hmm. Let me see where that other thing is so I can plug this in. Just to get a bit. Oh, we got movement. We got movement. Maybe we'll have action. Lights, camera, action. Yay. There we go. We was waiting on old Henry boy. There he is right there. They all surrounding him. Why is he sitting over there? Why not go over to the table? His hair. Oh, looks, yeah, redone. Got it redone. Oh, Lord. Can we get the show on the road? Come on, Judge. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Let me play some music because I can't do it. I can't do it quiet. And when it's quiet, it makes my freaking ADHD go bad. Try not to do that. See, this is how it should be done. Ta-dum! And there we go. I don't know how loud that is. Because I don't want it louder than this. Because they always come in weird. Doom, doom. So we're just waiting for court to start, waiting to find out if he took the deal or not. What are they talking about? Going out and having some lunch? There's probably a lot of people in court today. It's probably a packed house. I'll have this up too long. I don't know who's all there. I don't know who's all there. Remove the space. Okay. Okay. I gotcha. Okay, here we go. So he took it. He had to have taken it because they're not even bringing them to the table. Yeah, don't get in our way, officer. Move out the road, Toad. Okay, let me go on mute while we're doing this. Just waiting. Just waiting. doesn't look too happy. He doesn't look too happy. Come on, Judge. We're waiting. We're waiting, sir. Oh my goodness, you guys are taking forever.
State, are you ready for me to go on the record? Yes, Your Honor. Ben, you ready for me to go on the record? Yes. All right. Court, are you good? Okay, let me go back on the record. This is on the top of my page 5, State versus Cortlen Henry, 19-1871 CF10A and 23-10643 CF10A. I've got Ms. Collins, Mr. Griffiths present for the state. I've got Mr. Haddad, Mr. Nascimento present for Mr. Henry, who likewise is present. So I had set this afternoon for the deadline as to whether or not Mr. Henry wanted to accept the state's offer or not. We're set to go with jury selection tomorrow morning. So Mr. Haddad or Mr. Nascimento will go forward with a change of plea this afternoon. And state, is it the same terms that you discussed previously? Is there anything different?
No, Your Honor, that has changed. It's correctly reflected on the forms.
So the preforms to me look like on the 19 case as to the 2 counts of accessory after the fact, as well as to all 4 counts in the 23 case. These are going to be adjudicated.
He took the deal.
10 years.
He took it.
Prison, followed by
I mean, it's every man for himself. Sadly. Sadly.
One another. It looks like there's no restitution in the 23 case. In the 19 case, I'm reserving restitution and ordering it payable. That's going to be to Terry Bagley as well as Ashley Phillips.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Hood.
We've spoken to them and they don't anticipate there being any restitution.
Okay. Okay. So I'll give you 120 days to tell me the amount.
Yes, sure. They are present as well, too. So our victim advocate has informed them.
He took the deal.
Let us know. As of today, they said there is none.
All right, and state, is that the complete term? That's it?
He's also going to be giving it proper.
I don't know if you know YNWMELLY. He had a hit song in like 2018, Murder on My Mind. This is his codependent. So his name is YNWBORTLEN.
Sure, come on.
He just took a plea deal for 16 years sentence, and he would have been facing life had he not taken the deal. So we're just waiting to see what the special conditions are, if he's got to testify against Melly or not. And Melly's up for the death penalty. So yeah. Young and World. He has the same. King Von and him have the same manager too, which is crazy. She's crazy, baby. But yeah, he took the deal. I'm surprised they even offered one. I don't know why they would. Like the state is so evil. They had him in jail for had him in prison for 2 years plus, well, actually a total of 6 years, 7 years, no, almost 7 years. They've been, having these charges, and Melly had a mistrial, so his is rescheduled till 2026, but they decided that they were going to go ahead with his jury trial, and the state finally offered him a plea deal. And I don't know why they drag it on just to do a plea deal. Like people that are paying for lawyers, you know how much money that is just to retainer plus on top of hourly.
Mr. Henry, I'm going to put you under oath, and I'm going to ask you some questions. If I ask you something you don't understand, please let me know. I'll try to ask you a better question.
So
Okay?
you can hear this.
As loud as you can, so the court reporter can get down all the answers. Okay? Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. You can put your hand down. Please state your full name. How old are you? How far did you go in school? Do you read and understand the English language? Are you presently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol? Have you ever been treated for a mental illness? Are they giving you any medication in the jail right now? How are you feeling this afternoon? Your head is clear? You understand what's going on this afternoon? You understand you're resolving 2 pending felony cases this afternoon? Mr. Haddad or Mr. Nascimento, have you seen or heard Mr. Henry say or do anything which would call into question in your mind whether he understands what's going on?
Nothing at all. No, yeah.
All right, so Mr. Henry, it's 2 cases, sir. I'm going to go one at a time. In case number 19-1871 CF10A, this is before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state. You were charged as follows. Counts 1 and 2 is murder in the first degree with a firearm. Those are capital offenses. The maximum and mandatory penalty is life in Florida State prison. Counts 3 and 4 are accessory after the fact to murder in the first degree. Those are each first degree felonies. The maximum penalty is 30 years in Florida State prison. In case number 23-10643 CF10A, you're charged in count 1, tampering with a witness in a capital felony. That is punishable by life in Florida State prison. Count 2, directing the activities of a criminal gang. That's a first degree felony. Again, punishable up to life in Florida State prison. Count 5 is conspiracy to commit tampering. Again, as it relates to a first degree murder charge, that is punishable by a maximum penalty of life in Florida State prison. Count 7, unlawful use of a two-way communication device as charged. That's a second degree felony. The maximum penalty is 15 years in Florida State prison. So, sir, again, before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state, your maximum exposure here was life in Florida State prison, followed by 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 75 years in Florida State prison.
He was facing a lot.
Sir, do you understand all the pending charges and the maximum possible penalties involved? And it's my understanding that you want to resolve both cases today. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that resolution is an agreement you've reached with the state, the terms of which are as follows. Number 1, in the 19 case, you're going to plead no contest to both counts of accessory after the fact. In the 23 case, you're going to plead no contest to all 4 counts as charged. In exchange for that, the state is going to null process, that is, drop the 2 first degree murder counts. All right, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty. Yes, sir. What's happening with that?
That would be no problem.
So he's only going to plead to the tampering with a witness in a capital felony, conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device.
Just the tampering and the unlawful use.
Just count 1 and count 7. State, you're going to null pros count 2. and
Ooh,
count
what
5,
you eating?
as it relates only to Mr. Henry. Okay. So Mr. Henry, what it's going to be is 2 counts of accessory after the fact, tampering with a witness in a capital felony, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. In exchange for that, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty on the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count. I'm going to sentence you to 10 years in Florida State Prison. That will be followed by 6 years of reporting probation. In the unlawful use of a two-way communication device,
So he's
that's
got
a
8 years to
second-degree felony,
do.
The maximum
It's a
exposure.
third degree murder.
It's the second as charged, I believe. It's a third, except as just related to a capital case. But I'm happy to
Our
look it up.
team has it as a third, that's what we discussed, so. I
Well,
don't
what
think
did you want the negotiated sentence to be for that?
That was just going to be the maximum time served.
5 years? Is that what you were going to do?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so sir, as to that count, it's going to be adjudication in 5 years in Florida State Prison. So the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count, those come with 6 years of reporting probation after the Department of Corrections sentence. I'll give you credit for all the time that you've served in both cases.
Oh,
All those sentences
wow.
run concurrently, all those sentences will run concurrently, all counts in all cases, that is at the same time with each other. I'm going to have to impose mandatory court costs. I'm gonna
Wow.
order restitution
So he gets out basically.
payable to Terry
Holy
Bagley,
shit.
payable to Ashley
He's
Phillips,
got maybe a
reverse
year
the
to
amount.
do.
I'm going to give the state 120 days to tell me the amount of that restitution.
Holy
If they fail
shit.
to do so within 120 days, there will be no restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys agree on the amount, I will impose
2018.
that as another
And it's
condition of your sentence.
2025.
Pay back that restitution. If they come back with an amount and the
Wow,
attorneys
that's
do not agree on
freaking
the amount,
6
I will
years.
conduct a restitution hearing.
No? Yeah,
So
that's 6
lastly,
years.
and I want to make it very clear on the record, and it's unrelated to this negotiated change of plea. I guess at some point after the fact, the state wants to take a proffer from you or have a discussion with you, ask you some questions about whatever that
So
may
he's
be.
got like 2 years
What I
to
want
do.
you to understand, sir,
About
is
2 years.
I guess that's part of this negotiated resolution, but your answers to any of those questions, whatever they might be, have no bearing on me and have no bearing on this negotiated resolution. In other words, the deal you've negotiated is the deal you've negotiated, and that's the ballgame. You understand all that, sir? Have you had enough time to talk to your lawyers about all that? They've answered all your questions? You're sure that that's what you want to do? Because I want to emphasize, Mr. Henry, and I'm going to do this again at the end of my plea colloquy. Whether you resolve the case by way of a negotiated plea or an open plea to me, or you resolve the case by way of a trial, it doesn't matter to me at all. But due to the resources that have been devoted to this case, I have 250 jurors summoned for jury duty starting tomorrow. So I want to be very thorough with you here this afternoon, because if you wake up tomorrow or the next day and you decide you've changed your mind and you want to resolve this case, both cases, by way of a jury trial, that's not going to happen. All right? If you want to have a trial, the trial starts tomorrow. If you want to accept the deal, you can accept the deal today. But there's not going to be any buyer's remorse, in other words, because I've given you plenty of time to think about this. Talk to your
Buyer's
lawyers about it, talk
remorse?
to your
What?
family
Freedom
about
is
it.
buyer's
I talked to you
remorse?
about it
But
last week. Kind of looks like your lawyers probably did something or other to get a better disposition for you as of this afternoon. But this is it today. So understanding all that, you've had enough time to talk to your lawyers about all that. That's what you want to do. So, sir, has anyone forced you, threatened you, or coerced you in entering these pleas? If I accept your pleas, there will not be a trial in either one of these cases. Do you understand that? If I accept these pleas, there's a whole bunch of constitutional rights you are giving up. I want to make sure you understand all of those rights. You have the right to maintain your plea of not guilty and have a trial in each case. You have the right to present defenses, to file motions and other pleadings in support of your defense.
wow.
You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to have the state prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to confront and cross-examine the witnesses against you. You have the right to appeal any decisions that I may have made up to this point or any rulings I might make in a future trial. But understanding by entering this negotiated resolution today, you are giving up all of those rights. The matter is going to be resolved today, right now, this afternoon. Is that what you want to do? Are you satisfied with your lawyers? Have you had enough time to speak with them? Have they answered all your questions? Are you satisfied with all the work that they have done for you? Sir, I've got two identical plea forms here entitled Plea of Guilty or No Contest to Criminal Charges in Circuit Court. Each one has your name on the top, your initials on the left-hand side, front and back, and your signature on the back. Did you go over both of these forms? Any questions about what's on either of these forms? And is that your signature on the back of each form? Sir, there's a few things that I need to tell everyone that I take a plea from. They may or may not apply to you. If you are not a citizen of the United States, these pleas will result in your deportation. Do you understand that? Under the provisions of the Jimmy Rice Act, if the offenses to which you are pleading are sexually violent or sexually motivated offenses, or if you've been previously convicted of such offenses, then these pleas will subject you to an involuntary civil commitment as a sexually violent predator upon completion of your sentences. Do you understand that? If these are the drug offenses, the Department of Motor Vehicles will revoke your driver's license for a period of 1 year. Do you understand that? Sir, paragraph 11 of each form that you sign reads as follows. I acknowledge that my attorney and I have reviewed any discovery disclosed by the state. My attorney and I are unaware of any physical evidence for which DNA may exonerate me. In other words, sir, if there's any physical evidence in the case that we could test for DNA, that DNA evidence would not tell me that you were not one of the people in that vehicle when these crimes occurred. But actually the opposite would be true. If there was any such physical evidence that could be tested for DNA, that DNA evidence would tell me that you were one of the two people that was inside this vehicle when these crimes occurred. Sir, do you agree with that statement? State, do you agree with that statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, do you agree with that statement?
He was one of the
Mr.
two
Henry,
people in the
understanding
car when the
everything that I have
incident
talked to
occurred.
you
That doesn't
up to
mean
this
shit.
point, do you still want to go ahead and resolve both cases today, right now?
Yes.
Defense, is he stipulating to a factual basis for the purpose of each plea in both cases?
Yes.
And if he's entitled to a PSI, defense, are you going to waive that as to each case?
Absolutely.
State, is there anything else that you need me to do before I take this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So Mr. Henry, again, two cases, we're going to do one at a time. In case number 19, 1871 CF10A, as to count 3, accessory after the fact to murder in the first degree, and as to count 4, accessory after the fact degree. How are you going to plead, sir? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? In case number 23, 10643 CF10A, as to count 1, tampering with a witness in a capital felony, and count 7, unlawful use of a two-way communication device. How are you going to plead, sir? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? I will accept your no contest pleas as to each. I'm going to find a factual basis to support each based upon my review of each electronic.
Meaning, it's still a guilty plea, but it also means like he's not going to contest it. Like that doesn't mean he's guilty.
That you have
in my
entered
opinion.
each plea with the advice of competent counsel, who you've told me that you are satisfied with, that you understand the nature of the charges and the consequences of the plea. Accordingly, and pursuant to the negotiated agreement, I will sentence you as follows. In case number 19, 1871 CF10A, as to count 3 and count 4, I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 10 years in Florida State Prison. That will be followed by 6 years of reporting probation. I will impose mandatory court costs. Pursuant to 943.325, I will need a set of your prints and DNA. Pursuant to 938.27, I will impose a cost of prosecution of $100. Sir, I'm also ordering restitution in that case payable to Terry, Terri Bagley, Bagley, and Ashley, Ashley Phillips, Phillips, and reserving as to the amount. I'm going to give the state 120 days to tell me the amount of the restitution. If they fail to do so within 120 days, there will be no restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys agree on the amount, I will impose that as another condition of your sentence to pay back. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys do not agree on the amount, I will conduct the restitution here. That will conclude that. In case number 23, 10643 CF10A, as to count 1 and count 7, I will adjudicate you guilty. Count 7 is a sentence of 5 years in Florida State Prison. Count 1 is a sentence of 10 years in Florida State Prison, followed by 6 years of reporting probation. I will impose mandatory court costs in that case as well. I will not impose the cost of prosecution in that case as I just did so in the previous case. Pursuant to 943.325, I will need another set of your prints and DNA. All of these, there is no restitution in that case. All of these sentences, all counts, both cases, will run concurrently. That is at the same time with each other. I will give you credit for all the time that you have served.
Wow.
State.
That's a
in
freaking deal.
1871C.
That is a freaking deal. Because they were only going to give him the 2 years credit time served.
And in case number 23-10643 CF10A, state your announcement as to count 2 and count 5. Okay. I think that concludes all the matters. State, is there anything else that you need me to do regarding Mr. Henry in either case?
We just have one moment.
I'm looking at the plea forms, the 23 case, they have 707 days credit for time served. In the 19 case, 1,340 days credit for time served.
That's a good freaking deal. That's a good freaking deal.
Nothing else, I think we just have it in order.
So listen, the fee hearing docket is at 3:30 p.m. So
We've already spoken with BSI, I think we're just in order.
okay. I mean, I was going to make it available if you wanted to do it now.
I think BSI was probably.
Okay, so they're in charge.
Coordinated with us.
Yeah.
Judge.
Anything else from the defense on behalf of Mr. Henry?
No.
All right, Mr. Henry, I'm not quite sure how your lawyers managed to do this, but I wish you good luck, sir. Yeah, he'll be on, Mr. Nesmith and Mr. Haddad. We'll have a probation officer here tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm not either. Like, that's one hell of a deal.
I
It
will
was
sign all the paperwork
5
if you want to stick around for
consecutive
that.
life terms.
We're otherwise going to be in recess till 3:30 p.m. The fee hearing docket starts at 3:30 p.m., so I'll be in a recess until then.
Wow, one hell of a deal. I'm wondering, I'm going to stay on to see if they do a press conference.
He's on there.
That is crazy. That is crazy. That's one hell of a deal. One hell of a deal, man. And if he doesn't get to testify, that's even more of a hell of a deal. Holy shit. That's crazy. When they have the paperwork up, I will definitely freaking look it up. I definitely want to hear if the families speak. Because technically that's not, he's pleading no contest, meaning he's not contesting whether the state has enough to convict him or not. Like, he's not going to contest that. He's just, wow, that's one hell of a deal. And I don't know if they had factual basis or not. So that's wild. That is wild. That's one hell of a deal. Waiting to see if the phone talks. One hell of a deal, dude. One hell of a deal. Melly's probably sitting in his cell fucking pissed off. Like, what the fuck? Why can't I get a deal? They want you, buddy. They want you bad. That's what it is. Yeah. Crazy. Usually they'll do a little interview, so I'm just waiting to find out. Waiting to find out. I don't know how your lawyers managed to do this. He'll be out in like 2 years. 2 years. Give him a little peace signs. What is going on? $770 days plus 1,040. That's 807. No, 810, and I don't know how many years that equals to. I'm gonna say freaking 7.5, 8.5. So the hell, if he had good time, he might get out already. Yeah, see, 2 years and then you'll be out. That's what they're telling him, about 2 years. I don't know what's going on. Okay, there he goes. He's leaving.
Custody movement, or we'll just leave it for the co-defendant? Okay. But everything's off. Thank you. Please tell everyone else thank you very much.
There he goes. Bye-bye, sir. Okay, we'll see if they switch over to like a live feed or something. Maybe the family will do a interview or something. We shall see, baby. Let me look it up on my other thing if there's any interviews. Oh nope, they ended it.
Welcome back to the Emily Show.
Oh,
I know it feels like it's been a minute.
Oh, bye. All right. So I don't know what I'm doing here. Um, okay, let me go here. Let's see. Let me see back. Let me see if yeah, let's see. Let's see if there's one. Let's see here. Do. So I'm not seeing any. Dang it. I was hoping that they would have a press conference. Oh well, so he was facing 5 consecutive life sentences followed by like 750 years or some crap. That's a lot, and that's for the 2 murder charges, um the 2 accessory after the fact charges, all the witness tampering charges, um dumb little jail violations on top of that, I believe. Shoot, that, and he gets credit for time served, which is about 8 years. Um Almost 8 years, credit for time served, plus I think he gets 85%. You have to do 85% and then you get released. So he's only got maybe a year and a half left, and then he's got 6 years probation. That is freaking wild. That is absolutely wild. Wow, what a deal. I don't know if it's they didn't feel confident in their case, what was going on. I don't know what happened, we shall see, because they're playing mighty dirty with Melly. So um yeah, that's crazy. I'm wondering if the state will offer Melly a deal, like to do life in prison without, you either plead to these 2 and we'll drop everything else, and you get 2 life sentences for that or whatever. Yeah. Wow. Anywho, so yeah, YNWBORTLEN, he struck one hell of a deal. Even the judge was like, I don't even know how your lawyers did this, but basically you're a lucky freaking man. And it's like, well, basically I'm not the one they want. It would cut me the deal because I'm not the one you want. The one you want, you're going after the death penalty for. So yeah, we shall see. It won't be till 2026 for Melly's retrial to start, since the first one ended up in a mistrial, and they've been back and forth, whining and crying. Either the defense is crying or the state's crying. Either the defense is whining or the state's whining. All in all, but there's somebody lying. Who? We don't know. But yeah. Anyways, I appreciate those that came by, hit the like, share the live, all the great stuff. Let the ones you love and care about know that you love and care about them, because tomorrow is not promised. And I will see you. I will try to be here tomorrow. I'm really trying to get monetized, but I think I'm shadow banned or something. Yeah, we shall see. I will try it out. And follow me on Twitch. Thank you very much. I don't have my Twitch link, but I will find it. I will have it one day. Anyways, all right. It's the same name on Twitch, Pretty Iced Tea. So, all righty. See you later. Bye.